Ladies, we're here tonight on the show. How's everybody doing tonight, ladies and gentlemen? How is everybody doing tonight on a fucking Tuesday, ladies and gentlemen? We are here on a freaking Tuesday. Um, all right, ladies and gentlemen, let's fucking get this puppy started here tonight on a Tuesday. Let's see here. Let's get started with some football news. So Cooper Cup, it's being said he could possibly be out for the season. He's gonna need ankle surgery, and they're saying it's not looking the greatest. They're saying right receiver Cooper Cup is scheduled to undergo ankle surgery Wednesday, and the team is placing him on injury reserve. Per head coach Sean McVay, Cup is out a minimum of 4 weeks, and with the way the Ram season is going, it could be longer. Yeah, because I mean, what's already today, November 15. 4 weeks from now would be December 15 or somewhere around there. The season's probably gonna be over in about yeah. I mean, this was what week? I don't even know week 9, I believe it was. So you're talking about earliest week 13. It's the way they're playing. Their season's probably gonna be over by then. I believe right now they're freaking 3-6. Not looking good for the fucking Rams, man. We'll see what the hell happens, man. Their season might be over, man. Green Bay Packers release wide receiver Amari Rogers and running back Khalil Hill. So Packers making some moves, man. The fucking Packers making some moves. Oh, and here's a statement from Cooper Cup. Thanks to everyone who has reached out and sent prayers. This is unfortunately just part of the game. Appreciate having a stressed medical team around me. Gonna get this thing fixed, then be back to work to get back to work. All right, Cooper Cup, wish you speedy recovery here from the C Sports Channel. My dog. Anyways, speedy recovery. So what is this? Is this some CFL news? BC Lions quarterback Nathaniel Rourke, who led the CFL this season in passing rating, is set to begin working out for the NFL teams next week. The 6'2", 210-pound Nathaniel Rourke is from Ontario, Canada, played collegiately at Ohio State, and had a record 78 completion percentage last season, and now as an NFL. Oh, see, PJ Walker made it to the NFL from the XFL. Hey, I like how they're, it seems like now with these spring leagues, the USFL and the XFL, it's almost like they forgot about the CFL. So I like that they're doing this. If I was like a CFL player, I'm like, wait a minute. Now I'm fucked because they're going to be more focused first on the UCFL or the XFL because, they're right there. They're watchable. They're in the States. We're over here in Canada. So this is a good sign for the CFL players that this kid, Nathaniel Rourke, is getting looked at. Because that means, yeah, despite the spring leagues we're having here in the States in the offseason, the USFL, the XFL, we're still for sure still looking at the CFL. So great thing. Now the NFL, man, they got the NFL draft, college football, but now you also have other leagues. You have 3 leagues now you can also look at. It's almost like minor leagues, right? These 3 leagues, UCFL, XFL, USFL are like freaking minor leagues for the NFL. Wonderful. I think that's what the G League's trying to do with the NBA. Be another option for than NCAA. Anyways, Cleveland is signing defensive lineman Ben Stille off Miami's practice squad. Okay. This moment of Ron Rivera thinking of his... Ron Rivera giving a message. I can't... Yeah, it's a video. I can't show it. Ron Rivera, I believe his mother passed away, and yeah, he gave an emotional message after the Commanders beat the Eagles last night. We'll talk about that game here in a few minutes, ladies and gentlemen. Sources: Chase Young, the former number 1 pick in 2020 draft, who was named NFL Defensive Rookie of the Year, is expected to be activated this week to play Sunday in his first game since tearing his ACL and MCL in game against the Buccaneers last November. So after that win by the Commanders last night, they're gonna get Chase Daniels back. Great to see, man. If all goes well in practice the next few days, they're gonna activate him for Sunday's game. So great to see. Free agent Odell Beckham Jr. is suing Nike, claiming it did not honor his endorsement deal. Beckham released this statement. So Odell Beckham, apparently for $20 million, I believe, is suing Nike. Jesus Christ, man. The 1972 Dolphins can celebrate again as they're officially once again the only undefeated team in NFL history. Um, yeah, man, the fucking Dolphins, man. I feel like 13-0, right? And it's kind of like at this point, it doesn't seem that impressive now that there's freaking 17 games. Um, and I think there's talks about making it possible all the way up to 20 games in the future. That record's not going to look that impressive in a few years. If they're playing 20 games, I believe that season was only like 13 games. I don't know, man. Give them a shout out, man. Tonight is the first time in which there was the first time last night the Eagles trail in the halftime or the second half all season long. Jesus Christ, man. Again, we'll talk more about it later on. Once I get done reading all the freaking news. Buccaneers safety Antonio Woodson is eligible for a new contract for the first time after this season and is eyeing a new deal. Freaking Antonio Winfield. Okay. 8 teams put in claims for first rounder Jerry Tillery. Las Vegas Raiders, Detroit Lions, Carolina Panthers, Indianapolis Colts, San Francisco 49ers, New York Jets, New York Giants, and the Kansas City Chiefs put it in waivers for former Chargers first round pick, but it was rewarded to the Raiders because they have the worst record. So Jerry Tillery going to the Raiders now. Cornerback from the Titans, McFlurry likely has herniated disc. He's gonna need surgery probably. That sucks. And then this guy Paul Gutierrez says, I just talked with Raiders owner Mark Davis on Josh McDaniels. People in today's world, these are the words from Raiders owner Mark Davis, and I quote, people in today's world want instant gratification. The guys coached in 9 games. We're 2-7. Not the results we were looking for, but at the same time, we've lost 6 games where we've had the ball with a chance to win. At the end, also asked Davis about the dreaded vote of confidence, and he laughed. I gave him the vote of confidence when I signed him to a contract to be the coach of the Raiders. Rome was not built in one day. So yeah, still being positive is the owner Mark Davis. John Harbaugh said Mark Andrews, like many of the Ravens injured players, has a really good chance of playing Sunday night against the Sunday, not night. Don't get scared. That's not gonna be the fucking Sunday night game. Panthers, Ravens. Sunday versus the Panthers. Okay. A roster surprise. Cardinals have informed running back Eno Benjamin, who started for them when James Conner was hurt this season, that they are releasing him. Wow, that's surprising. Let's see here. All right, I think we're done with the NFL news. Let's talk about the game from last night. All right, ladies and gentlemen. All right, let's pull up. All right, let's see. So this game, pretty much sucked. Well, it was a good game. Just a very sloppy by the Philadelphia Eagles, man. I believe they had like 3 or 4 turnovers, man. The first one, which I think it was just a dumb throw by Jalen Hurts. Freaking thrown into double coverage, and AJ Brown downfield, they got intercepted. The thing about this game was the Eagles couldn't stop the run. I don't know if they were saying about the rookie Jordan Davis, but really gonna depend on the fucking rotational rookie. Like, I don't even think he starts all the snaps. He just comes in there occasionally, like in a rotation, to keep everybody fresh in that defensive line. I don't think it was that. I mean, I think that's a problem overall because even the last few weeks versus Pittsburgh and Houston, they struggle stopping the run. That seems to be an Achilles heel for the Philadelphia Eagles, stopping the run. But this game was, they got off to a little nice start, right? They got a strip sack fumble. They went up and scored. But then obviously Washington answered right back. But then they took another lead, 14-7. Excuse me, what the fuck is going on here? Um, hold on, what the fuck? It's glitching. Okay, there we go. All right, so the game, like I said, started 7-0. They got the strip sack fumble, but then Washington answered right back, tied it. The Eagles answered right back again, took the lead again 14-7. You know, but then after that, the fucking Washington Reds Commanders, the MVP in a way was the fucking field goal kicker, man. Joey Styles, man. Style. How many kicks did he kick? One, two, three, four. Yeah, like four kicks by Joey Style, man. He was fantastic. One being a fucking, he kicked two. He kicked a 58-yarder. He kicked a 55-yarder, and he kicked a 44-yarder. Great game by Joey Style, man. He really came through tonight with his damn field goal kicks. You know, halftime the fucking lead was 2014. You know, then the Eagles cut it to you know, in the fourth quarter 23-21 and a touchdown with Devontae Smith. But then after that, a lot of weird shit started happening. Eagles driving on the field. Dallas Goedert gets a face mask. It doesn't get cost because of the face mask. I think it cost him to fumble it. And then they get, of course, they get another field goal for that, make it 26-21. And then again, they're driving on the field, deep ball to Quez Watkins. And again, he catches it, he falls, but nobody touches him, so he gets back up, and he fumbles it again. Very weird shit. At the end there, the fucking the Commanders, Haneke, the quarterback, like sort of takes a knee, sort of gives up. They were willing to punt the ball back and give the Eagles a chance with about a minute and 30 seconds left. But fucking Brendan Graham hits him. It's a fucking personal foul. Then they finally get the ball with about, 10 seconds, and they fucking do the whole little lateral shit, backward passing. Ends up Devontae Smith throwing it into the end zone. The Commanders defender picks it up, and he scores a touchdown. It was just a shit show, man. The Eagles were just a turnover machine tonight, man. I believe like 3 or 4 turnovers, and like 3 fumbles, 1 interception by Jalen Hurts, and like very like stupid like turnovers. Like as you're driving on the field, they would just fumble, like. And then, like I said, even at the end there, Haneke willing to give himself up to punt the ball back with 1 minute 30 seconds. Brendan Graham just freaking hits him in the helmet. I don't know, man. Just shooting yourself in the foot the whole game, man. You know, you do want to give credit to Washington. They did a good job running the ball, you know, with guys like Brian Robinson and Antonio Gibson. And then obviously, like I said, the kicker was fantastic, kicking 4 field goals, one of them being 45 yards, the other 2 being over 50 yards. But a lot of this was just Philadelphia shooting themselves in the foot with all these damn turnovers, man. Jesus Christ, man. Makes you wonder those 2 drives, with the one with Dallas Goedert fumble and the one with, they were about to score. They would have been in the red zone with Quez Watkins fumbling. It was, I believe, what was the score then? But it was like 26-21 at that point. They would have taken the lead 28-26. Who knows, man? But whatever, you know. Let's look at Tyler Haneke, 17 completions, 29 out of 29, 211 yards, 0 touchdown, 1 interception. He also had a fumble. Brian Robinson, 85 yards, 1 touchdown. Antonio Gibson, 44 yards, 1 touchdown. Terry McLaurin was fantastic, 8 catches, 128 yards. So yeah, Darius Slay didn't have a good game. Terry McLaurin did whatever the fuck he wanted, honestly. For the Philadelphia Eagles, Jalen Hurts, 17 out of 26, 175 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. He also had a touchdown rushing, 28 yards rushing with a touchdown. Miles Sanders, 54 yards. The touchdowns, Devontae Smith, 6 catches, 39 yards, 1 touchdown. Dallas Goedert, 3 catches, 23 yards, 1 touchdown. Quez Watkins, 4 catches. A.J. Brown, 1 catch. I think he was hurt. He might be hurt. A.J. Brown. All right, 32-21. Commanders win it. Let's move over to the National Basketball Association, ladies and gentlemen, here tonight on a Tuesday. Number one basketball recruit Juju Wickens, who's grew up 10 miles from USC campus, signed her national letter of intent. So she's going to commit to the USC Trojans. This is the number one prospect of women's high school basketball is recruiting is committing to the University of USC. So congratulations to her. Let's see here. Grizzlies shooting guard Desmond Bain is performing an all-star level. Will miss at least 2 to 3 weeks. Damn, Desmond Bain is hurt for the Grizzlies. That sucks. Another great game last night by Victor Wembanyama, the number one prospect in this NBA's draft. He led France to a 2-0 record for FIBA World Cup qualifying window with another great big outing against Bologna today. 19 points, 4 rebounds, 2 blocks in 24 minutes. 36-point blowout win over the projected number one pick. So great win again by Victor Wembanyama. Jaren Jackson's season debut could come tonight versus the Pelicans. He's upgraded to questionable for the first time. Also, the Grizzlies get Ja Morant back after he missed one game with sore ankle. Desmond Bain toe will likely miss the game. So yeah, man, that's gonna be a good game tonight. Grizzlies and Pelicans. I cannot wait for that game tonight. Really, I honestly cannot wait for that game tonight, man. Let's see if there's more NFL news, more NBA news. I beg your pardon. Let's see, man. Grizzlies say Desmond Bain, yeah, grade 2 sprain off the right big toe and will be revalidated in 2 to 3 weeks. So yeah, Desmond Bain is going to be out for a few weeks. The Minnesota Timberwolves are signing forward A.J. Lawson on a 2-way NBA contract. Congratulations to A.J. Lawson on getting a chance with the Timberwolves. And that's about it with the National Basketball Association. Let's look at the National Basketball Association schedule. So last night we had the Raptors beat the Pistons 115-111. We had the Hornets beat the Magic 112-105. We had the Celtics beat the Thunder 126-122. The Heat beat the Suns 113-112. Clippers beat the Rockets 122-106. Hawks beat the Bucks 121-106. Warriors beat the Spurs 132-95. The damn Bucks are losing after starting 9-0. They're starting to lose a lot. Fuck the fucking Bucks, man. Let's look at the standings. Boston first place. Milwaukee second place. Atlanta's third place. Fourth place is Cleveland. Fifth place is Washington. Sixth place is Toronto. Seventh place is Philadelphia. Eighth place is Miami. Ninth place is Indiana. 10th place is the Knicks. Okay, so those are your top 10 teams in the National Basketball Association. And now Boston has taken over Milwaukee for the number 1 seed, as Milwaukee started super hot 9-0, and now they're freaking like 1-3 in their last 4 games, and now they dropped to 10-3. Boston, man, looking good, man. And then Portland and Denver are the top seeds in the West, and then it's headlined by Utah at 3, Memphis at 4, Phoenix at 5, Dallas at 6, LA Clippers at 7, New Orleans at 8, Sacramento at 9, Golden State at 10. Sacramento is looking a little bit better at 6-6, 500 basketball for the Sacramento Kings. Again, so the best team in the NBA are the Boston Celtics. The worst team in the NBA are the Houston Rockets. Those are right now the best and the worst team in the National Basketball Association. All right, man. So Milwaukee's starting to fall apart a little bit. We'll see what happens with them. Let's talk about some freaking MLB news here tonight on Tuesday. Let's see here. Martin Perez is planning to take the qualifying $19 million offer from the Rangers. So Martin Perez back to a 1-year deal with the Texas Rangers. Michael Harris wins NL Rookie of the Year. So congratulations to Michael Harris. Remember, I think there's a new rule with the new collective bargaining agreement that if your team one of your players wins Rookie of the Year, you get rewarded another draft pick. So both the Braves and the Mariners get rewarded an extra pick for having their players win Rookie of the Year. They're saying Yasiel Puig might go to jail potentially for 5 years for illegal betting. Yasiel Puig has agreed to plead guilty for felony charges after lying to federal agents investigating an illegal gambling operation. It carries a maximum sentence of 5 years in federal prison. Jesus Christ, he's gonna go to jail. Yasiel Puig, Jesus Christ. I can't believe this. Oh my Lord. Jesus Christ, man. Jesus Christ. So yeah, congratulations to both Michael Harris and from the Atlanta Braves and Julio Rodriguez from the Seattle Mariners on winning the AL and NL Rookie of the Year. So yes. Let's move over to wrestling here tonight on a freaking Tuesday. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Let's move down the line. I've been working hard, but my mama keeps telling me it's my bedtime. So supposedly, reports coming out that after the addition of, I believe, if I remember correctly, the addition of 4th of July Monday Night Raw was a segment, like a comedy segment between Gunther and R-Truth. That apparently Vince McMahon did not like what he saw from Gunther in that promo and gave up on him officially and was ready to bury him and have him go back to NXT. Of course, a few weeks later, Vince McMahon was forced to retirement for paying women to have sex with him. So he had to step down, so he didn't have time to do that, right? Like a few weeks later, he was forced to retire. So Gunther's career was saved thanks to Vince McMahon having to retire, man. Jesus Christ. That would have been crazy. Gunther's been killing it these last 3 months as Intercontinental Champion. All these bangers matches with Sheamus and Mysterio and all these guys, man. Thank God that did not happen. Stone Cold Steve Austin is interested in wrestling again at WrestleMania. He was very happy with his match last year at WrestleMania versus Kevin Owens. He's willing to wrestle again. Apparently, WWE has offered a match. The thing I don't know what's going on. Whether it's they're trying to figure out exactly who they want to fight, or it's money. But apparently, there is something that's holding it back from making it official. But there is interest on both Stone Cold and the WWE. It's just that they're struggling. I don't know what it is. Whether it's how much they're gonna pay him, or who's gonna fight him. I don't know, right? Maybe Vince McMahon paid him more money last year with Triple H. It's like, I'm not going to pay you that much. I'm assuming, obviously, a guy that would probably step in here would be probably Nick Khan. I'm assuming this is whereas as chairman, what is he? A CEO, whatever the fuck he is. He probably does step up and maybe at least, negotiates as well. So we'll see what the holdup is. But if there's something a holdup there, they don't know. We don't know what it is. Whether it's the money situation or exactly who maybe he wants to wrestle somebody else, and maybe Triple H wants him to wrestle somebody else, and they're struggling with who knows what it is. But there's multiple interest, and they're talking. They're having talks, but nothing has been official. Kevin Owens, man, got hurt in a match over the weekend with Austin Theory. They're saying it's a sprained MCL, but somebody said it may be even worse. Jesus Christ, man. But it looks like he's not going to be able to. A lot of rumors he was going to be the 5th member for War Games for Team the Brawling Brutes and Drew McIntyre. Jesus Christ, that freaking sucks. And I'm scratching my ass because I'm like, I don't even have androids. I'm like, well, Seth Rollins, but they got him so deep into this feud with Austin Theory. I don't know. I'm thinking he's going to fight Austin Theory for the United States Championship at Survivor Series. So I don't know what you do. And I'm like, well, Seth Rollins, do you just put Seth versus Austin Theory and then have Austin Theory be the 5th member instead of Sami Zayn? I don't know what you do. But it seemed like he was going to be the replacement, but he's so deep in the story with Austin Theory. I don't know, man. Um, but yeah, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about Monday Night Raw here tonight on on a Tuesday. The fuck is happening? All right, ladies and gentlemen, you know me as the professional. Shit freezes, Jesus Christ. All right, so Monday Night Raw from Kentucky. Much better than last week from Pennsylvania. All right, man. So it starts off with it starts off with Rollins coming out, crowd much better, man. He started talking about the whole thing with Austin Theory last week, filling his cash in, and the freaking fans start chanting, that was stupid, that was stupid, that was stupid. Pretty much better crowd than last week, man. Freaking at least to Bobby Lashley coming out, saying, I'm not gonna stop until I get my United States Championship back. You won that shit unfairly. You won after fucking Brock Lesnar beat the shit out of me. It wasn't a fair match. But then Austin Theory Mustafa Ali comes out. Mustafa Ali, I don't know. I think they're trying to do like they're trying to make them like this underdog, like a Rey Mysterio or even a Bryan Daniel, and it's not working. Fans don't care about him. But again, just like last week, he wants to have a match with Bobby Lashley. He's trying to get payback after Bobby Lashley. He's like, I fucking was the first person to answer the open challenge, but you fucking attacked me backstage, so now I'm payback. And Bobby's like, dude, no, trust me, I'm not in the mood. You thought last week was bad, it's going to be a bit worse this week if we get in the ring together. Then Mustafa Ali just keeps attacking him, and fucking Bobby Lashley just throws him away like a fucking raw dog. And he continues to try to have a match with Seth Rollins because he felt he got screwed. And then, Mustafa just keeps attacking him. He's like, okay, fine, you want to fucking fight, let's fight. And it starts off a fucking match between fucking Mustafa Ali and Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley pretty much beats the shit out of him for about good 10 minutes. So fucking Bobby Lashley wins, whatever. And then we fucking get backstage. We have a segment with Kathy Lee interviewing the Original Club, and I think at one point fucking the freaking what's her face or was this after the match? Well, she ended up having a match with Nia Yame. Ends up having a match with Tamina. Obviously, Nia Yame wins. Rhea Ripley and Dominic Mysterio are in ringside, but they don't get involved. At the end there, Rhea Ripley looks like she tries to get in the ring, but then she gets out, so nothing happens. And then we freaking get So this is after the match, Mia Yim is walking backstage again, and she gets approached by Damage Control. They offer her to be the final member for their team at War Games. But she says, "Let me think about it. I know everybody's got to pick a side, but let me think about it." So she's gonna think about it, and then we had a match. Matt Riddle versus Chad Gable was a pretty good match. I'm not gonna lie, one of the best matches of the night, man. And Chad Gable, even though he cheated, he won the match. First time like in 3 months, Chad Gable wins a match on fucking Monday Night Raw. Congratulations. I thank you, Chad Gable, with the W here tonight, man. Shit, let's fucking go, man. And then we fucking have JBL and Byron Corbin playing poker, and all of a sudden Akira Tozawa fucking comes in. He's like, they ask him, do you know how to play poker? Like, no. Oh, and then they just, we're gonna fucking finesse this guy. And then he fucking ends up beating them. He takes all their money away. But I don't think they did a good job of explaining it. But then I think they agreed to have a match Baron Corbin and Akira Tozawa, and if whoever won got to keep the money. So that was later on that night, but that was funny. And then we had the Miz dress up as a nerd, like a fucking data nerd. Confessing everything. Yes, I did pay Dexter Lumis money to attack me. Because I want people to feel sympathy for me, like if I had a freaking stalker and shit. And then fucking, Johnny Gargano comes out again. He's like, the Miz is talking about how he's depressed. I was all weekend long, all week long in my house crying. And then fucking Johnny Gargano's like, no, you weren't. You were on vacation. Your wife posted you were in Mexico, Cabo. Your wife posted on Instagram. Like, I was depressed in my fucking hotel. Like, you fucking liar, man. So shit like that, man. He's like, you're a fucking liar. You're always taking the easy way out, man. So, it leads to fucking, I guess, a match that they're going to have. I think Johnny Gargano fucked up. He said 2 weeks, but I think he meant 10 days at Survivor Series. I think it's for Survivor Series. So I think that the stipulation is, like I predicted, if Dexter Lumis wins, he gets a WWE contract, and also the Miz has to pay him all the money he owns him. So that's the stipulation. I think it's for Survivor Series. I don't think they did a good job at explaining it, but I think it's a Survivor Series. Then he's like, you know what? I'm gonna destroy him. I accept the challenge. And then Johnny Gargano's like, oh yeah, you're gonna destroy him? Say it to his face. And I guess he was the cameraman the whole time. He drops the camera, he takes off the fucking disguise costume, and he's just fucking staring at him, and fucking, he tries to get him, he gets the blazer, and then the Miz just runs away like a weird. It was a weird run by the Miz. And that's about it. But it looks like we're finally gonna get the fucking match after fucking 3 months. Dexter Lumis versus the Miz. If Dexter Lumis wins, he gets all the money, he gets owned by the Miz. And fucking a contract with the WWE. So thankfully this is the blow up. This is the final thing. Dexter Lumis wins and it's over, man. Jesus Christ. We had a little backstage segment. Shelton Benjamin getting interviewed by Cassie, Dominic and Mysterio come there. They pretty much bully him and ends up setting up a match between Dominic and Shelton Benjamin. Good little match, but of course Dominic wins it. Whatever. What a frog splash. And then we had another interview with a lot of Kathie Lee in this show. Which, I mean, honestly, I'm not complaining. She's better. Freaking screwed. I don't, you know what? I don't even mind that other guy, too, obviously. What's his name? Byron Saxton. I wish Byron Saxton would, he looks like a pendejo, man. I get, third person embarrassed sometimes by watching Byron Saxton. But anyways, so yeah, pretty much, Austin Theory tried to explain, why he cashed in on the United States champion and not for Roman Reigns' Universal title. I tried a few times, at SummerSlam, and Brock Lesnar stopped me. And then I tried again at Castle Crown, and fucking Tyson Fury stopped me. And if they're not there to stop me, the Bloodline's going to be there to stop me. It's just impossible right now to deal with Roman Reigns. So I decided to cash in on one of the best champions in the last 10 years, in Seth Rollins. So he kind of did a good job of trying to explain why he ended up going after Rollins than Roman Reigns, but whatever. It leads up to fucking Dolph Ziggler walking up to him, and he tries. I tried to give you some advice a few months ago, but you wouldn't listen. He's like, I'm tired of this shit. I'm tired of being called a kid, the future. I'm the fucking present, and I'm gonna prove it to you tonight. They end up having agreeing to a match later on the night. Dolph Ziggler and Austin Theory. And then we fucking get we get Io Sky versus fucking Dana Brooks. Good little match. Io Sky wins, And after the match, Mia Yim comes out and she's like, I made my choice. You told me to pick a side for War Games. I picked my side. And she ends up fucking joining the Bianca Belair, Asuka, and Alexa Bliss. So she's on their team now. So now there's only one spot left. So Sasha Banks, crossing our fingers, man. It's Sasha Banks. And then later on in the night, Rhea Ripley ends up accepting to be the final member for Team Damage Control. So Team Damage Control is set. Bayley, Io Sky, Dakota Kai, Nikki Cross, and Rhea Ripley are because we thought we were gonna get a Judgment Day versus OC match again now with the woman, but nope. Instead, Rhea Ripley's gonna be part of the War Games match. And Mia Yim's also going to be a part of the War Games match. And instead, they're going to do AJ Styles versus Finn Balor. Instead, those were the matches that were announced. AJ Styles challenged Finn Balor to a one-on-one match. So, yeah, I think Triple H, the only tag team match I want to have is the War Games tag team matches. The man and the woman. I think that's why he said, no, we're not going to do another Judgment Day original club one. So, I like it better. AJ Styles versus Finn Balor, that's going to be a good match for Survivor Series. So yeah, so Rhea, and then frickin' we get Austin Theory versus Dolph Ziggler. Good match, man. Pretty damn good match. At the end there, fucking Austin Theory explodes. He frickin' hits him with a big left hand, and then he just hits two of his finishers, A-Town, Downtown, but he wouldn't pin him. He takes him out the ring, throws him into his steel steps. Puts his head against the fucking announce table, just beating the shit out of him. The referee hits him with the chairs. The referee calls the match off. You got a bunch of security and extra referees pulling Austin Theory away. So obviously Austin Theory showing aggressive, man, showing frustration. A lot of people liked it, man. He didn't come out with the fucking phone taking selfies. A more aggressive Austin Theory tonight, man. Change of character, it looks like. And then we freaking get Baron Corbin versus Akira Tozawa. Obviously, they give a little bit of offense to Akira Tozawa, but at the end there, Baron Corbin, end of days, it's over, whatever. No Jay Bjorn commentating this. First time he hasn't done his match on commentating. And then we freaking get we get the fucking main event. Seth Rollins versus Finn Balor for the United States Champion. Pretty good match. It was a pretty good match. Obviously, the fucking the Judgment Day got involved. Then it led to the original club also getting involved. Obviously, everybody fighting all over the place through the crowd. And then at the end, fucking Seth Rollins just hits the fucking curse stomp on Finn Balor, and he wins. He retains the United States Championship. But then after that, Austin Theory again comes out, and just like he did to Dolph Ziggler, he beats the shit out of Seth Rollins. And that was pretty much the end of the show. Fucking Austin Theory holding the United States Championship up high on his shoulders, and Seth Rollins just laying there on his back in the ring. That was pretty much the end of the show. So yeah, it looks like it might be Austin Theory versus Seth Rollins for the United States Championship at Survivor Series. So makes you wonder now with Kevin Owens being out, who's gonna assuming it's gonna be all Bloodline members for Team Bloodline, who's gonna be the fifth member for the Brawling Brutes and Drew McIntyre. Rey Mysterio could have been an option, but now I think he's also hurt. I'm really scratching my ass, and I don't even have any androids, wondering with Kevin Owens being hurt and Seth Rollins really being tied up in this storyline with Austin Theory, who's going to be that fifth member. Maybe we'll get an answer on Raw. Let's see. The woman set up, Io Sky, Dakota Kai, Bayley, Nikki Cross, and Rhea Ripley. The other team needs one final slot. Hoping it's Sasha Banks. It's in her hometown of Boston. Hopefully. We'll see what happens. But until next time, I thank you. Have a good night, everybody. It was a good show. Much better than last week. Obviously, the finish. Much better show. The matches were good. Fucking Chad Gable versus Matt Riddle. Fucking Dolph Ziggler, Austin Theory was good. Obviously, the main event, Seth Rollins, Finn Balor. Good show, man. Have a good night, everybody. The fuck is happening?